The first mental ward I was 302'd into was Phil Haven for knowing the truth of a situation and after being mistreated by a doctor who worked at Phil Haven. First thing they did was take me off all my medication, my anxiety meds, everything, Ritalin, everything, which was no good. All the patients in there just about were upset with the staff. They didn't teach me about coping devices, anything like that whatsoever. I mean, they failed miserably. It was awful. They were even spiteful. They even laid some magazines out about trailers and stuff, and I knew what they were doing. They were nudging me. But Akamoto saw me there. That was the doctor who said he asked me if I was saying things to make people commit suicide. I saw him there. He looked like he was lost. He knew what he did. He knew what he did. Absolutely. And that's why he retired early from there. Absolutely. I was treated awfully for knowing the truth. For getting lucky and meeting a girl that I fell in love with. I was mistreated in the worst way. And my insurance company paid for it. 5 times. 5 local doctors did this to me. After 7 months, they would drop me. The one doctor dropped me after Jefferson falsified my drug test, and I used Phil Haven to unfalsify my drug test. And I called him from Phil Haven and told him what was going on, but he dropped me. He didn't, because it was too hot in the kitchen for him to help a patient out. And that is what I have dealt with. Doctors hurting me. Presbyterian was very good. That is Christian related, I believe. Holy Hands was very good. But the politics of the business, when I mentioned Jefferson, they stood back. They took 3 steps backwards. I could tell their attitude changed. They didn't want any part of it. So I more or less got medication in there and got to relax a little bit. Met some nice people. Some of the patients were cool. And they did teach coping devices. They had some good classes. They had some good handouts, some good worksheets and whatnot. Haven wasn't that bad. I actually wrote them a mission statement. Stairway to Haven. It's like Stairway to Heaven. I didn't sign it because it's that Led Zeppelin Stairway to Heaven. I just changed to Stairway to Haven. And the lady actually typed it up, hung it on the wall for the patients to see it, and hung a copy in the office. But they kept me in there for 3 extra weeks. When I told the doctor I wrote poems to Taylor Swift when she was incognito, and he turned that into patient thinks he is Taylor Swift's boyfriend. I never said anything of the sort. So, I mean, as far as I am concerned, they were awful. The staff was nice. There were some real nice people on the staff. But the people that kept you in there, that were supposed to be there to help you, the doctor, he was unacceptable. He was awful. And the only time I saw him was when he made me stay 3 more weeks by line, telling the judge, they had like a little hearing for me, things that I did not even say, we did not even speak of, made up. He threw me under the bus because of money, because I met Taylor Swift. That is what I dealt with. It was the most awful experience that I've ever had in my life. Not to mention everyone around me, a lot of people making fun of suicides, slitting my gloves in my car. I found my jacket slit up the side of the sleeves in my shed. So somebody, like, people that I was hanging around with, people that I thought were my friends, stabbed me in the back and betrayed me. Over and over and over. For at least 5-6 years. My family turned their back on me. My mother died lying to me. She knew the truth and she died lying to me. And my whole family let that happen. It was the most horrible thing anyone could ever have gone through. But yet the rationale is I was responsible because a doctor didn't fill me in on what was happening. That is healthcare, mental health care in Lebanon, Pennsylvania, at Phil Haven. Maybe it has changed. I don't know, but that's how I was treated. Now maybe they do not treat everyone that way. I believe they treated me that way because I got lucky and met someone nice, and she had money and fame, and they did not want that for me. The one place I was at, the Renaissance, on their card it says, "We help you with your gift and we bring your gift out and so you can share it with the world." I had never heard such a crock of shit in my life. That doctor, female, yelled at me. She screamed at me the last time I was in there. I had my first bad anxiety attack. My legs were shaking going back to see her. And she wouldn't give me anything for anxiety. And her secretary would laugh. She thought it was funny. It was a game. Because they had spoken to the doctors I had seen previous. I can tell when doctors speak to doctors. I had worked with them for a long time. That's how I was treated. And I can never forgive them for that. And God will take care of it. That is in God's hands. I will not put that in man's hands and go after them for malpractice. I will not waste my energy. God will take care of that. Whether it be during their lives or on Judgment Day, they have to live with that.